What is going on, everybody? It's JetsCentral coming back with another video recapping day one of voluntary OTAs for the New York Jets. Now, the first practice just wrapped up around 10-15 minutes ago, and if you're like me out there, you take all Jets news into consideration. You want to hear everything as far as, big news, trade news, roster news, anything, uniform news, anything, and any single thing that involves the New York Jets and new information, you just want to dive right into, and you just cannot wait to hear it. So there are a few storylines that I kind of took away from day one of voluntary OTAs. Now, first things first, before I kind of get into some of the things that I kind of read about and heard about, is that I didn't actually attend the OTA. I don't live up in the Northeast, so all this stuff is coming from, it's like secondhand information, but I did kind of gather this data from the people that did attend, that were able to take pictures, watch the practice, take video, and even interview some players, some of the bigger media member guys who are, pretty vocal on Twitter and throughout the internet. But anyway, the New York Jets had day one today, and it was quite obvious that there's a new culture, there's a new feeling surrounding the New York Jets. Now, I don't know if you guys have kind of picked up on any of it. I know I sure have, but I've been seeing the simple phrase all around the area, okay? Whether it's on the sides of buildings, whether it's on pictures, whether it's like through Jets players' social media, like in their captions and stuff, but it's basically one team, one goal. And I feel like that's a pretty awesome saying, okay? It's just unity. We're all in this together. We're just a band of brothers, and we're going to be going out there and trying just to get better at the sport of football, play as a team, hold everybody accountable. I just love that. It's not one man for themselves, kind of like how it was with like Fitzpatrick with the contract holdout, Brandon Marshall, Darrelle Revis, Muhammad Wilkerson. We don't have these single personalities. We don't have that. We don't have really any divas on this team. Now, I know you could take a look at this team, and the argument that you can make back is, okay, you're just getting rid. All the stars in the league are divas. Odell Beckham, Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown, and so forth and so on. But for right now, I'm just going to push that aside and say this team is young, this team is building, and this team is athletic and talented. So I am totally for just everybody buying into Todd Bowles, everybody buying into Jeremy Bates, and really just I don't want to say this, the cliche statement, that everybody uses now, but I'm going to do it anyway, and it's trust the process. It seems like the New York Jets players, coaches, and even fans are all buying in and really just trusting the process, okay? As cringeworthy as that might sound for the New York Jets. So a couple of the storylines that I kind of took away from today's first practice was Teddy Bridgewater looked absolutely phenomenal. Now, this guy coming off a gruesome knee injury, this guy supposedly came into practice and looked absolutely dominant. He looked great in his dropbacks. He looked athletic, and some say that it didn't even look like he got injured. Okay, this guy looked great. Ball zipped off his hand. Mechanics looked okay. Ball was accurate, and overall, Teddy Bridgewater definitely looked like quarterback one today. Wanted to touch on Josh McCown real quick. Supposedly he looked okay, great leadership, great mentor, especially for the young guys. But in the 7-on-7 team drills, he supposedly threw an interception to Trumaine Johnson, which is a good sign for Trumaine, because I'm expecting Trumaine Johnson to have a nice season. I cannot wait to see number 22 in the green and white. Trumaine Johnson was definitely my favorite free agency pickup. Obviously the biggest free agent we signed, and the best cornerback on the market. I know some people had Malcolm Butler rated as number one. I personally thought Butler was more fit more of a fit for the New York Jets. As far as the team and his personality goes, and I heard rumblings that Trumaine wanted to stay out in Cali, whether it was signing with the Raiders or the Niners. But nevertheless, the New York Jets got a deal done, bringing him into Florham Park. So Trumaine Johnson looked great. Josh McCown, from a leadership, off the field standpoint, totally what you'd expect. Teddy Bridgewater dominated. I didn't hear much of Sam Darnold, so I don't really know how he kind of did, but the only few things I heard of him or heard about Sam's day was that he looked like a rookie. You know, he made some plays, he made, you know, he flashed here and there, but he had some rookie moments, and it's completely understandable. Day one of voluntary OTAs with everybody in the building, okay, playing against top dogs, okay, Claiborne, you know, Buster Screen, Tremaine Johnson, these Jamal Adams, Marcus May, these are starting guys. These are starting caliber players. And for Sam Darnold to go out there and have mistakes, I would not even blink an eye. Okay, I'm not going to lose sleep over it. Completely content with that. And then Christian Hackenberg, too. He did not get a single snap with the first, or, you know, on the 7-on-7s, he did not take any snaps. And I know a lot of people on Jets Twitter, the fans, are saying, like, oh, you know, see you later, and, you know, this guy's definitely going to be off the team and whatnot. And looking back, it kind of sucks because he was a second-round pick, and he never really contributed in a regular season NFL game. And in the preseason, you know, he did do some things okay, but to equate to being an NFL starter, it just wasn't there. And it kind of makes you just sit there and scratch your head a little bit, but it is what it is. They picked Darnold at 3, and you know, I'm glad that we didn't sit there and Mike McCagnon say he didn't kind of say to the fan base, oh, I picked this guy in the second round, I don't want to admit that I'm wrong, so we're just not going to pick a quarterback in the first. So it wasn't, I'm happy Mike McCagnon kind of swallowed his pride in that aspect. So a couple more storylines I want to touch on in the you know, of the voluntary day one OTA. Now, there wasn't much, you know, there's not much to kind of chew on, but overall, you know, the defensive backs looked good. And Buster Screen, I felt this was a interesting note. Buster Screen was actually playing the number 2 corner, and Morris Claiborne was playing mostly nickel today, which I find really, really interesting, because Claiborne was our number 1 corner last season. Okay, he typically followed the best guy, and for the first half of the season, he looked really damn good. And it just makes you kind of scratch your head, because bringing in Tremaine, you're thinking to yourself, okay, this is our new number 1 corner. And if Claiborne had a solid year last year guarding the best wide receiver, what can this guy do guarding the second best wide receiver? You know, having less responsibility. And it really makes you sit there and get pumped up. Like, Tremaine's coming in, and we're going to have a great secondary, second year of Adams, second year of Marcus May, which a lot of people kind of scoffed at starting both of them as a rookie. You know, the talk was, oh, 2 unexperienced guys, they're going to have a lot of mental lapses out there in the open field, and they're not going to really know what to do. That was, you know, the opposite. Okay, Adams and May look like 2 cornerstones of this defense, first round pick and second round pick. So and they're best buds off the field too. So it's absolutely incredible. You know, guys coming from the SEC, LSU and UF. So the secondary, I just felt that was a little interesting. Buster Screen playing on the outside and Morris Claiborne being bumped all the way down to nickel. Maybe they're just trying something new out, but I just find it odd to kind of pull that trick out of your hat on day 1 of voluntary OTAs. Typically, you just kind of want to get stronger, you know, hit the weight room, understand the playbook, build that kind of team chemistry with the guys, and just get better at football, not be doing like these weird abstract things that I mean, unless Todd Bowles has a fantastic plan where Claiborne is just a beast in the nickel, great, but I just feel like we probably would have picked up on that maybe last season or something like that. But I don't know. I could be crazy. So that's pretty much it. Again, there's not that much to kind of chew on. Just want to touch up on a few things, a few interesting points that really stood out to me. And again, I wasn't there. I wasn't videotaping the practice or didn't have an opportunity to interview any of the players. So this is all secondhand stuff that I kind of gathered from Jets Twitter and you know, the internet overall, just how the team looked. But the good news is that everything is pointing up. You know, no injuries. Let's cross our fingers that we get through this period with no injuries, and everybody just keeps getting better, keeps plugging away. I know it's a Panther saying, but keep pounding and really just building the team chemistry and just playing as one team, one unit, one brotherhood. And, you know, if we do play like that, I feel like we're going to be in and compete in every single snap and every single game we play this season. So that's pretty much it for the video. Let me know down in the comment section if any points stood out to you during day one of OTAs and kind of what you want to see throughout this process. And yeah, so thanks so much for watching. I appreciate everybody. And with that being said, as always, go Jets.